Okay, let's do a quick walk around and I'll give you a ride down the street. This is a 2008 Dodge Charger Pursuit. This car has the 3.5 liter V6 engine. It came out of the Nashville airport. It was a airport police cruiser. It was a marked car, but being at the airport, it never had a light bar on it, didn't have a partition. It's really straight and clean, paint's good. That flag's actually on there backwards. That makes me crazy, man. But I ran out of the other ones, so. Anyway, car runs and drives great. I put a couple 100 miles on it now, no problems. Mechanically, there's one minor issue. I was given the car with a check engine light, and the agency told me it was a misfire. So that's actually not what it was. It's actually for the fuel gauge, which, funny enough, so the fuel gauge is actually, that's reading correctly. I filled it up the other day, and I've put, I don't know, maybe 75 or 80 miles on it, so that's probably right. But the check engine light is going on and going off of its own accord, so there still is an issue. The fuel gauge is still erratic, so I'm pointing that out. Other than that, I mean, the car runs and drives really well. It's really solid. Changed the oil, put an air filter in, did the brake fluid and the power steering fluid. The car has a whopping 110,000 miles on it. When we were doing the work, we figured out that all the shocks at all four corners are new, and the front has newer upper control arms. Tires are all matching Goodyear RSAs. One of them is actually new. They all have good tread on them, I'd say. Probably 50%. Radio works, cold AC, rear defrost works, heat works. The only other issue is the shift indicator light is out. So that issue and the fuel gauge, you can pull this cluster out and send it out and get it repaired. I'm guessing it's going to be about $150. Or plan B, you could go poach a cluster out of a boneyard, and I know where there's one for $50. But I don't know how you program the original miles from this car onto the donated instrument cluster. But if you can do that, it's only $50. So other than that, car runs and drives great. It jumps right into gear. We'll give you a quick ride down the street so you can hear it running. So I've actually had cars out of airports before, and they're cupcakes, man. They don't get beaten on at all. They're not out chasing bad guys. They're just kind of cruising around the airport. It may have been a take-home car for whoever was driving it. But it's interior is nice and clean. There's minimal wear on the interior. Like I said, there was no partition in the back, no light bar. There are definitely some antenna holes on the roof. They're all plugged. And there's two on the back fenders. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet so you can hear it now. That little rattling noise, there's a leaf stuck in the seam right outside the windshield. Anyway, you can hear it runs right out. It's nice and smooth and nice and strong. Like I said, I took it on my big route a couple of days ago. That's my 100 mile run up to Lynchburg. Car ran and drove fine. It's getting decent gas mileage. It's really nice and quiet. The suspension is nice and tight. No noise at all, no rattling. The steering is dead straight. You can take your hands off the wheel and drive straight down the road. The transmission is shifting smoothly and appropriately, up and down. No issues there. Brakes are good. Hold on just a minute. I'll tell you about the brakes. We'll turn around and run it up again one more time. Anyway, the brakes are squeaking a little bit. I actually wound up pulling all 4 wheels off, pulling the brake assemblies apart and cleaning them. But I still have a little bit of a squeak. So I think I have a bad, not a bad, but probably a little bit of a ridge on one of the rotors. So it's squeaking a little bit. If it bothers you and it's pretty minor, it could be corrected refacing the rotor, just replacing the rotor. All right, man, there you go. You can hear it running out. So once again, it's a 2008 Dodge Charger. It only has 110,000 miles on it. It came out of an airport. It's a nice, clean, nice straight car. It runs and drives very well. I go through a lot of these cars. This is definitely a good car. Come take a look at it. It's on a clean, clear Alabama title in my name. Thanks for watching the video.